Hello, welcome everyone. I am Dr. Manoj Kumar Sharma, Associate Professor, ITS College of Pharmacy, Muradnagar. The course is Bachelor in Pharmacy and subject is Biostatics and Research Methodology. The code is BP 801T. This is the lecture number 5 of continuation of unit 1 and the topic is measure of dispersion, and it is the part 1 of measure of dispersion. In today's lecture we cover introduction of dispersion, definition of measure of dispersion, types of measure of dispersion, range, merit, demerits of range and what are the use of range. So, these points we will clear in this lecture. First I introduce what is dispersion. To understand the dispersion, we take an example, the manufacturing of tablets in thousands per day by two company Fred and Barney. We want to know which is the better company. Their production of 6 days as given below. Fred on first day they manufacture 185,000 tablet, next 135,000, next 200,000 and so on. And Barney manufacture on first day 182,000, next day 185,000 and last in 190,000. So, if you see from this data, if we calculate the mean of for this data, the mean of this data is 185 for Fred company and the mean computed for Barney company is also 185. Next we look at Fred's median, it is 185 and median for Barney's is also 185. The mode for Fred is 185 and the mode for Barney is 185. So, you see here both company have mean, median and mode are same. So, according to the mean, median and mode, both company manufacture same number of tablets, or you can say their production is same, but it is not right. If you see here in this table, there is a difference between the production per day in two company, but if we see it mean, median and mode of this data, they are same. So, we see here the measure of central tendency does not clear the picture of the data, or you can say mean and median and mode cannot define the data easily only. So, there is a need of another thing which is dispersion. I explain it first. We think 2 points, consistency versus not consistency. If we look at the number of tablet, we notice that Barney's number of tablets are very consistent. Fred however has widely varying number of tablets and his last production was 250. So, statistically speaking, we would like to measure this variation. If you see here, the minimum number of tablet by Fred is 135,000 and for Barney is 180,000 and maximum for Fred is 250,000 and for Barney maximum is 190. So, you see here the more variation in Fred data in comparison of Barney. So, we see this in example that there is a non uniformity in the data, that means all the values are not uniform. So, according to W.I. King, the lack of uniformity in the data is known as dispersion. So, ये जो variation है दोनों data में, because all values are not equal or not same, in this slide. So, you can say if we take another example, for example x, and the production for this is 180, 180, 180, then we say it is uniform. So, there is a lack of uniformity in the data in Fried company and Barney company, and this lack of uniformity is known as dispersion. The measure of dispersion are descriptive statistics that describe how similar a set of scores are to each other. The more similar scores are to each other, the lower the measure of dispersion will be. That means, if values are more similar, then the dispersion is minimum, and if the less number of scores are to each other similar, then the measure of dispersion is higher. Okay. So, if our data is not uniform, then we say it has a dispersion. The lack of uniformity is known as dispersion. In general, more spread out a distribution is, the larger the measure of dispersion will be. That means, if data is more variation or more distribution spread, then measure of dispersion will be large. Now, measure of dispersion, there are three main measure of dispersion. First is range, second is interquartile range or semi interquartile range SIR, and third is variance and standard deviation. These are the three main measure of dispersion. First is range. What is range? Range is the difference of the largest score and smallest score. The range is defined as the difference between the largest score in the set of data and the smallest score in the set of data. Okay. So, the difference is called range. So, range equal to largest score minus smallest score. That means, range give us the difference of by the outliers. That means, we find difference of maximum value and minimum value. So, if XL is the largest value of our data and XS is the smallest value or smallest score of our data, then the range equal to XL minus XS. So, I again explain you, range is a simple measure of dispersion and it is the difference between the largest score in the set of data and the smallest score in the set of data. So, range equal to largest score minus smallest score. For example, we want to calculate what is the range of the following data. We have these observations 4, 8, 1, 6, 6, 2, 9, 3, 6 and 9. These are the observation. For example, it will be marks out of 10 get by some students, and we want to find the range of this data. So, range equal, before to calculate the range, we first find what is the largest score of the data and what is the smallest score of the data, because range is the difference of largest score and smallest score. So, to calculate this, we first find the largest score, and the largest score XL is 9 in this data and the smallest score XS is 1. So, range equal to, as we know, range equal to largest or maximum value minus smallest score So, largest score is 9, as we have show here, largest score is 9 and smallest score is 1, smallest score is 1. So, we get 9 minus 1 is 8. So, this is the range of our data. Okay. The range is the simplest method to measure the dispersion. Dispersion means lack of uniformity. Okay. So, when we use range, range is used to define when we have ordinal data, that means for example, grades, or we consider that ordinal data, for example, income group, low income group, high income group and intermediate income group, or sometimes the disease stage, chronic, severe, moderate. Similarly, we have another ordinal data, for example, pain, mild pain, moderate pain, severe pain. So, these are the ordinal data. So, when we use the range for ordinal data. Second, if you are presenting your results to people with little or no knowledge of statistics, then it is easy way to find the measure of dispersion is range. The person who do not know about good knowledge of statistics. So, at a glance to check the variation in the data, we calculate the range, because it depends only the largest value and smallest value. Okay. Third use of range is it is used to check the quality of a product for quality control. This is the another use of median, and meteorological department also make forecast about the weather by keeping range of temperature in view. So, it is also used by meteorological department for weather forecastings. Now, what are the merits of range? Merits of range, it is easiest to calculate and simplest to understand even for beginner. The good it is a main characteristics of range, as it is easy to calculate and easy to understand. Since when you want to calculate the range, you will take only two values, maximum value and minimum value, and then you find the difference maximum and minimum, and it will be range. So, it is very easy to calculate and it is very easy to understand. For example, we have data in previous slide, first slide. In this two data, if we want to calculate the range for Fried, range for Fried is the maximum value is 250, largest score minus smallest score. And it will be equal to 250 minus 135, 5, 4, 10 minus 5, 5, 4, 3, 1 and 1. Similarly, range for second company, the maximum data for Barney, range for Barney, this is maximum value is 190 and minimum value is 180. So, the range is 10. So, with the help of this range and this range, we observe that the variation in first company is more than Barney company, because it has range 115 and the range for Barney is 10. So, it is easy to understand that with the help of range we calculate the simple measure of dispersion and we find a picture of the data. That means, if range is high, that means it has more variation, and if range is small, then we say that values in the data are more consistent to each other. You also see here the values in Barney 182, 185 are similar, more similar, but in Fred there is a large variation, minimum is 135 and maximum is 250. So, with the help of range we get a rough idea about the data, and the main merit of range it easy to calculate, because you use only two values, largest score and smallest score. So, it is very easy method to calculate the range, and it is easily understand, as you see in this example. If we have large range, that means we say more variation, and if range is small, then we say small variation. So, second merit of the range, it is one of those measures which are rigidly defined. Third, it gives us the total picture of the problem even with a single glance, and you get a picture of the data at a single glance. So, these are the merits of the data, but there are some demerits of the range. When we calculate the range is not based on all the terms, only extreme items reflects its size, hence range cannot be completely representative of the data, as all other middle values are ignored. So, this is the main demerit. If you see an example, for example, we have 2 students marks in 5 subjects. First student out of 10 get 5, two, 5, 3, 4, 9. This student got marks out of 10 in 5 subjects, 2, 5, 3, 4, 9, and the second student got in first 0 and in last 10, and but in 3 subject he got 5, 5, 5. So, in first data, for example, if we take it 10. So, range for first student is 10 minus 2 is 8, and range for second student is 10 minus 0, range for first student, range for second student, this is 10. So, if you see here, the second student has more variation. So, with the help of range, but actually variation in first data is more than second, because in this data there are 3 values are consistent. So, we see here, if we use range, so range, as when we calculate range, it depends upon the only outliers value and middle value are ignored. So, we see that the range cannot be completely representative of the data, as all other middle values are ignored. Due to the above reason, range is not a reliable measure of dispersion, because it is not gives the all picture of the data, because in calculation of use only two values, largest and smallest value. So, this reason range is not reliable of measure of dispersion, because it cannot completely define the picture of the data. Third, range does not change even the least, even if all other in between terms and variable are changed. That means, for example, if you see here, if we take another example, student third who got 0 marks, 5, 6, 9 and 10. So, in this case the range for this student is 10 minus 0, that is 10. The range is same, but the middle values are changed here. तो अगर आप स्टूडेंट सेकंड का डेटा देखें और आप फर्स्ट थर्ड स्टूडेंट का डेटा देखें, दोनों में इसमें कंसिस्टेंसी ज़्यादा है, इसमें कम है. तो हमने अगर मिडल की वैल्यू चेंज भी कर दें, इफ़ वी चेंज द मिडल टर्म्स बिटवीन टर्म्स, the range cannot be changed. Okay? So, this is the second demerit. You see in this example we have these, we change these three value, but the range is now same. So, we can say range does not change even the least, even if all other in between terms and variables are changed. Range is too much affected by fluctuation of sampling. So, range changes from sample to sample. As the samples size increases, range increases and vice versa. It does not tell us anything about the variability of the other data, and for open ended interval range is intermediate, because lower and upper limits of first and last interval are not given. So, these are the some demerits of the range. Now, the range is rarely used in scientific work, as it fairly insensitive, since it depends on only two scores in the set of data, x l, that is largest score, and x s is the smallest score. Second point, two very different sets of data cannot have the same range. For example, in this example you find the range is 9 minus 1, that is 8, and for this also 9 minus 1 is 8, but the first data is more consistent than second, it has less variation than second data. So, this is the reason we cannot use it as scientific work. Range is too much affected by fluctuation of sampling, we have already told this. Thank you.